Iron Lords podcast.
Hello, this is the Iron Lords podcast, lordsofgaming.net. This is Lord Snaldo here with, who is this amazing person today?
David.
David, hello, how are you doing? And we have Sophie here playing Nanotale. Now, I saw this game back about 3 or 4 months ago, and I saw it and I played it with my niece, and I was like, I got to get in here and talk to you guys directly. So tell me, why don't you go ahead and tell us about this game and the adventures and everything that go with it.
The adventure, Nanotale is an adventure typing game, that's what we call it.
Okay.
So as an adventure RTS game, you get to explore a fantasy world. You get to learn a lot about the creatures, the plants, the people living there. Mm-hmm. There's a full backstory, but everything you do in the game is controlled by typing word with the keyboard. So no gamepad, no mouse.
Okay, so that's a little different for most of the people that we're used to playing with, because mostly we're always with those controllers. So why did you guys decide, hey, we're going to go with a typing type of game for this?
Oh, it's a quite long story because it's our second typing game. So it's this one. The goal is to make an improvement on every aspect of the game from the first one. And the origin story of the first one was like a small game concept and prototype we made in the studio, and we didn't think much about it, but we saw more traction and people got interested, so we extended the scope and budget of the game, of the first one, and it became a real game. And because we had the community that was invested in the typing game, we made the second one. So.
Yes. So with the typing of the different types of words and stuff you decided to do, did you decide that you're gonna make it to what type of level, like what type of, like a certain type of person's gonna be able to play it, like an adult, a child, or what? Where did you go with that?
Yeah, so we want it to be a real game, so we are targeting classic gamers, so you can play it as a child, not too young, but the real limit is how good you are with typing, so you don't have to be a very fast or very good typer. The game is even supposed to have adaptive difficulty, so the enemies can move slower if you're a slow typer, so that everyone has the same experience. But if you don't know really how to type, it's going to be hard for you to play the game.
Gotcha. Yeah, because if you're watching here, like at the beginning of the game, you can kind of take your time to kind of get used to how you're playing, get used to how you're going along, and you're taking the character, the protagonist in this whole entire game to learn about her environment, you would say. So the whole gathering aspect of the different types of I would say floral around and the creatures and things like that. Why did you want to add that to her into this game?
It's really, as I said, from the first game, we had a nice story, but not very depth. So we wanted to add that in this game because that's something that player wanted from the first one. So we really wanted to push that. And it's actually your collecting lore about things is your main reward in the game. So that player want to learn about that. Yeah. And it's actually the knowledge you get is like experience points in other RPGs, so you get power-ups from that too. Yeah.
So how many people are on your team that are working on this right now?
Right now it's like 5 of us, but we were 8. Depends a bit, like sometimes we are more or less artists depending on the needs. Yeah. But the biggest the team was 8.
Yes. So now what type of engine are you guys using for this? You guys using
It's Unity.
You're using Unity? Excellent. So why don't you go ahead and just kind of explain, what she's doing, what she's going through, because she's got magic and she's doing different types of things. And go ahead.
So this is a demo that we made specifically for PAX and events. So you get to unlock a few spells quite fast. So here you have fire, push, ice. So she just used fire on top of an enemy. So to cast a spell, you have to type a few keywords. So she just used fire, but you can combine them to have a fire, ray, large, to cast a large ray of fire. So fire is useful to defeat more enemies, but here she's going to use it in a more puzzle fashion to melt the ice and cross it.
Right.
And sometimes you have different approaches to the same problem. We may see that a bit up north, if she wants to go there, where you have to find your way through enemies, so you can defeat them by using fire and brute forcing your way through. Right. Or you can use ice to protect yourself with ice walls and be more sneaky.
Yes.
Depending on the way you want to play.
Yes. One of the more interesting things about this game when I was playing it was you're kind of once you start going, you have puzzles in it too. So there's certain situations and things you have to kind of know and like kind of take a second and just not try to like push your way through it, but you have to kind of go, oh, okay, so there's some grass there, but I got to get there, so I have to use water. So can you explain where that came from, that puzzle thought?
I said we wanted to make the game deeper from the first one, and you have so much you can do with typing, because you can't ask too much the player and type and learn new words. So the depth in gameplay had to come from a more systemic approach to that. So you have a lot of interaction between fire, ice, water, and such. So when we add an item in the game, a feature, we try to make it interactable with everything else.
Gotcha.
So if we put ice, that means that the water is going to be frozen, but if you put ice on an enemy, it's going to slow it down and such.
Yes. The different type of like elements and magic, why did you kind of like push through that because of like the first game also? Yes. Okay. So
and because it made sense, you're typing. So we're trying to find gameplay related to typing, so that it makes sense that you're typing something.
Exactly.
So you're casting a spell, you're saying the word, writing things in your book. So she has a book, and we made the leaflets look like her book.
Yes.
And when she writes collector, she writes it down, so you have to write yourself the keyword as if you were writing it yourself. So that it makes sense.
Yes. Now, full disclosure, I didn't play the first one, but that's why I'm learning new information. So now you have a fox in this, correct? So you get, no spoilers here, you get it in a very unique way. I don't want to say how. So why did you want to add that? Just to increase travel speed through the maps or what? Yeah.
So yes, it's because of that, but it's a fox. Because of something in the first game.
Yes.
So the two games are not related in the story and the universe, but we like to call it a spiritual successor. And the fox was a very important part of the first game. Which was there for the same reason, to be able to move faster. So
go get the first one so you can get the second one. Just saying.
Happy story on Steam. The fox was here for the same reason. We had the orange fox in the first game, and we made the blue fox in the new one to keep that thing.
Excellent. So how are you enjoying? Are you enjoying this? How is it the typing going for you? Is it the speed too quick? Is it slow? How do you feel about it?
No, I think that I've just played very quick because I know the game by heart, and but here I'm hesitating to go into the final battle because I don't know how long will be the interview. So.
That's perfectly fine. Now,
can I go to the final?
Yeah, go ahead. Do what you got to do. So, when you're going through like the story and when you decided that we want to have like large battle sequences and stuff like that. How did you kind of decide, hey, we're going to do like this type of a boss or that type of boss? You guys just collectively just sat down and talk about it, or
Yeah, it has to be. It's a way to balance the rhythm of the game, and you have different things to do with the same tools. So sometimes it's a battle, so it's more stressful. Because it really works well because you have a lot of words to type very fast, and you think you're not going to do it, but instinctively you know how the letters are. So actually you're better than you think you are. So it works well. We kind of collectively put down what will be the theme of one biome, the people who live there, what is their purpose, what do they like or not. And we try to make everything, even the lore of the plants, to be tied together. So we need a lot of brainstorm to have a lot of ideas that fit in the same theme of each biome. So this is the forest. In the game, you're going to be two different biomes after that.
So how many levels are there that you guys have right now or going to make or stuff like that?
So it's going to be 3 biomes for about 8 hours of gameplay if you don't explore everything. But it's not really a succession of level. It can become a bit more open-ended as you explore.
So how long do you think it would be for you to play if you're leisurely playing through this?
If you kind of rush to the end, it's going to be about 8 hours as the first one was. But you can backtrack and explore more side areas, so you can go up to 10-12 hours.
Did you ever think about changing it to make it like easier, almost like to teach how to children how to end up using that? Because this generation that's coming up is so video game oriented that I feel like you can they could use this almost like as a tool in schools and things like that, because no kid's going to want to sit there and learn how to type. But if they want to play a game, they're going to learn how to type. So how do you feel about that?
So the answer is kind of yes and no. Yes, the difficulty is supposed to adapt to your typing speed. So if you're typing slowly and you want to learn to train yourself at typing, you can use the game to train and type faster. But no, you don't really learn typing by playing the game because we don't teach anything. We don't do the tutorial specifically for teaching the right hand position, stuff like that. The first one has been used in some schools because it's on a platform called Teacher Gaming that can be used in schools. Mostly for training to type and vocabulary because you type a lot of words, so you can learn vocabulary from different languages.
Right.
So it could be used for that, but we don't have plans to go further and teach really the typing.
Really? Oh, that's good. It's really good. So you're going through, you almost got it. Because I loved it. When we were playing, there was specific things that, like, I thought the graphics for it was really nicely done. I liked how the character she has to have her book to have her spells and stuff like that. So you can use your fire, use your ice, use your water abilities, which I thought was very interesting, and I really like this game a lot. So I would like to say thank you very much. You guys want to go check this out? It is on Steam, I heard. Where else is it going to be?
Right now it's only on Steam because it's on early access.
Yes.
And it's going to be, I think, Sophie, on Steam and GOG and all platforms.
Okay.
On computers, of course, because you need a keyboard.
Yeah, you need a keyboard. I understand. So when is, since it's an early access, when do you guys expect it to be full release then?
By the end of the year. When it's done.
When it's done. When you feel that it is 100% completed. I like that. So I like it when games, when we get them, that that you feel them and you're like, okay, these are good. These are 100% completed, and you're happy with it. The developer's happy with it, and I love it. So it's great. So, okay. So yes. Well, thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Perfect timing. Finished it out perfect. Look at that. Great job. Thank you.
You're a gamer, you don't know it.
Excellent. Thank you very much. This is Lord Snaldo here. Thank you very much. And thank you very much. Proof. Thank you very much for your help. All right.